Hey there, it's Lisa Danforth from Remote Working from Home, and I'm here today with AndreaTrombley, Dr. AndreaTrombley, who is a physical therapist, and she's also a yoga teacher. Today, she is going to talk to us about different ways with all that's going on in the world. There's a lot of tension going on, a lot of stress in our necks, our heads, even our stomachs and our backs and all of that. So some ways that we can implement self-care into our day so that we can feel better, actually show up and be more present for ourselves, for our family. I'm sure all of us are getting a little tense, kind of being with all the stressors that are going on and being stuck in a house. Being able to implement some simple, easy, but effective self-care tools is going to help us be more present, be more happy, but also improve our relationships and our productivity. So I'm going to hand it over to Andrea so that she can share some of her brilliance and her expertise with us, and just let you take it from here, Andrea.
Thanks, Lisa. Hi, everybody. I'm AndreaTrombley. I'm a physical therapist and also a yoga teacher. Been doing this for a long time. Feel like I've sort of been training for this moment for a really long time because I spend most of my day working with people who have gotten out of balance with their life and their work, and that usually shows up as physical pain. So if physical pain is starting to work its way into your life, there are some things you can do right either in your house or in your office to sort of break the cycle before it becomes something that you can't ignore. So the first thing that most of us tend to do when stress starts to take over is we become chest breathers as opposed to belly breathers. So chest breathing, we've all seen it and we've all done it. It looks like shoulders elevating. It looks like head forward a little bit. It's kind of this concaveness through our chest. I'm sorry, I keep touching my face. Clearly I have not mastered that avoidance yet. So chest breathing, when you catch yourself chest breathing, usually that can show up as tension in the jaw or headache. It can also look like neck pain. Some lesser obvious things that looks like, because the breathing diaphragm lifts, might even look like indigestion or heartburn. I get a lot of people talking about, like, oh, I have a trapezius strain, or I've got this burning sensation between my shoulder blades. So all of those things are associated with becoming a chest breather rather than somebody that's doing some belly breaths. So one of the first things you can do to check to see if you are moving into that chest breathing as opposed to belly breathing is to put your hand on your belly. I don't know if you can see my hand on my belly. You can put your hand on your belly and another one on your heart. And what you should do is, as you breathe in, and most people don't like to do this, but your belly, so my belly, as you breathe in, your belly should expand, which, you know, a lot of us as teenagers learned to suck in our belly rather than to let it be soft. But as we breathe in and our chest expands, the breathing diaphragm should lower, and when it lowers, it has to have somewhere to go, and we need to release those belly muscles so that it makes space for the diaphragm to drop, and then our chest can open. So as you place your hand on your heart and on your belly and you breathe in, you should feel the lifting of the chest as well as the your belly opening up and softening. Think of looking at a little tiny baby breathing and their little bellies really poofing up. At some point we learn to not do that anymore, but that's exactly what you want to be doing. And when you do this nice expansion, and then you exhale, and on the exhale, the belly draws in and the chest draws down a little bit. When you do that, that changes the way you breathe immediately. And you start to oxygenate all of the muscles through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, and everything starts to release. So catching yourself becoming a chest breather sets off a whole chain of events that leads to pain and discomfort. So that would be my first thing. Did you have
Great.
you
That's
look like you
perfect.
had a question, Lisa?
No, no.
Okay.
Do you want to show a couple of different, would you be willing to show a couple of different moves that people could do to sort of
Yeah,
just quick little moves if they've got a minute
absolutely.
to 2 minutes to start alleviating some of the pressure that.
Absolutely. So you can do this little trick right here in a seated position where you try to feel the chest and the belly lift. My favorite trick is, especially if you are working at your laptop all day or looking at your phone, is to actually stand up and get out of your chair. So I'm going to stand up and get out of my chair. I'm going to move over here a little bit. And maybe I'll even drop. Let's see. I'm on my knees, maybe that. Can you see me better that way, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay. So just, you don't have to get on your knees, just so you can see me. But what I really like is to have the arms come up overhead with an inhale. So you can do this as standing right next to your desk or your kitchen, and turn the palms out, exhale down. So in yoga, we call this sun breathing. So you inhale and lift up, and exhale and let down. So do that anywhere from 3 to 5 times. And what happens is, as you bring your arms out to the side and inhale, the rib cage has no choice except to follow and open up with you. So as just the act of bringing your arms out to the side causes the ribs to open and flare a little bit, and more air can rush into your lungs, and you can automatically change how you're breathing. So Lisa, I gave a download to you which had, I think, 4 standing poses. So the standing poses I gave to all of you, where you can do these poses is, my favorite place to tell everybody is in your kitchen. Because in your kitchen, between your sink, your stove, and your refrigerator is often the only place in your house that you can reliably always have nothing on the floor. So you don't need a yoga mat, but you know, in front of the couch, there's often things, you know, the sunroom, whatever room, you have to clear things. But just go to your kitchen, because there is a nice little space. Almost everybody has space between, like I said, the kitchen, the stove, and the refrigerator. We don't store anything there. So it's a great place to do a few standing yoga poses. So did you want me to show the poses that I'm?
No, you did a beautiful job. Andrea has a PDF that we're going to be loading into. Actually, it's already loaded into the files section of the group. And thank you so much for putting that together. And it's all sort of laid out. She does such a beautiful job with it. One thing I'd love to ask is, do you have something specific that people could do that, you know, that they've got the real tension in their neck, their shoulders are up around their ears, and it's really causing some tension headaches. So if you could give them 1 or 2 tips, because we're getting to just about 10 minutes here. So
yes, so the first is the breathing. So check to see if you're being a chest breather and not a belly breather. So belly breathing first. The second is get those shoulder blades moving. So because we've moved into a culture of laptop use and phone use, the shoulder blades have really started to round around and get stuck there in our thoracic spine. So what I have most people do to do that is bring your shoulders forward and up on an inhale, back and down on an exhale. So you're going to do that 3 times. Forward and up.
Ooh, that feels
back
good.
and down. Yep. And then the other thing is, just don't look straight ahead while you're doing this. Don't look down while you're doing it. So don't look at the floor. Look up slightly so that your neck is stacked over your spine, not in that forward head position. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, that's the best way to quickly relieve and to start moving those shoulder blades so they're not stuck in that rounded forward position. We want to get them back and down, and we want those muscles to be active and to do the job that they're supposed to do, which is to move our shoulder blades. Our shoulder blades aren't supposed to be rounded. One other quick thing is, if you're working on your laptop a ton and you have a desktop, move to the desktop at least part of the day, because the desktop monitor is in a much better position for your neck, and then your hands can be in a much better position. So our laptops were not meant for us to be working on full time. So if you're working full time on your laptop, see if you can get a detachable keyboard, or detachable monitor, or go look, you might have a monitor somewhere in your house. See if you can separate those so that you're not in that very small position for prolonged hours. Because like I said, the laptop was not designed for full-time work. It was supposed to be a convenient thing, a tool, not our full-time work station.
I'll vouch for that. I had a monitor, or you can also just take your laptop and set it on some books or a little bit of something. And I used to have major neck issues because for catering for 14 years, my head was always down. Right? So just being able to lift my computer has incredibly relieved just the neck and the headache, the pressure and the headache.
Right.
So thank you so much. Everyone, and check out the PDF for 4 more. She's already given us 3 wonderful tips, 4 more tips to really help you alleviate the stress, alleviate the tension, be more present, be more relaxed. And let's admit that's going to help us be more creative, more productive, as well as improve our relationships with others, with ourselves, and be able to show up for our clients. So, Andrea, where can people find you? I know you've got a great Instagram page. Everyone has been talking about that.
Oh, thanks. So yes, I'm on Instagram at the Yoga PT. My website is AndreaTrombley.com, and on Facebook, Andrea Trombley Physical Therapy and Therapeutic Yoga. And I'm happy to take phone calls as well. And you can find that right on my website. And yeah, I think that's LinkedIn.
If you have any specific questions for Andrea, just real quick, you can also pop them in the post below and then tag Andrea. She's a part of the group, so she can know that you have a question, and then you can potentially reach out directly as well. But please know that we're all here for all of you. This is a really difficult time. It is all about a culture of caring. That's what really triggered this whole group for me, was I saw a hashtag and it just was like, how can we help serve each other and really be taking care of each other? So Andrea, I'm so grateful for you to be sharing your brilliance, your expertise, your beautiful smile, and those gorgeous flowers behind you. We just did a feng shui video with Aina Hoskins the other day, and it just really talked about the importance of a beautiful surrounding really helps us. So if you have any questions, please pop them below. And I want to thank you whether you are watching live or we are watching on the replay. Actually, it won't be live because this is Zoom. Please feel free to comment. But thank you again to everyone. If there's anything that we can do for you, if you have any insights or have any questions, please post. Remember, culture of caring, and take care of yourselves.